So yeah, they get a little pissed off because they don't want me to tell the entire story about how like it's true. Like their people are literally trying to copy me, so they don't like me telling on them because this is what the tools are being used for now. Amnesia drugs, so that I would forget what I was trying to say. But basically, yeah. So was claiming recently that he's also autistic. But the thing about autistic people is in early childhood, they have a natural habitat that they're in, usually surrounding around like a TV screen where they would just like stare into like a History Channel logo as a child, like a 9-year-old child, and they'd just stare at it all day from morning till night. So my mother would turn off the TV and the next day I would do the exact same thing. That's how it starts off in early childhood with autism, and then later on in life it develops. And if you don't believe me, just ask someone like Natalia from my high school and she'll tell you that we used to call him the History Channel in high school. So basically, yeah, that's how it starts off and then it develops over time. The entire process, obviously law enforcement knows about it because they have a brain scanner, and their brain scanner is, by the way, really, really high tech. It's not something that you want to use these tools to be stroking my penis with or touching my tongue and then making my rectum feel wet just because the May 10th Brain Savant test result came out on June 7th, which is what Kelly from law enforcement was doing. Mainly because she's just a gold digger, okay? It's plain and simple that. These tools are extremely, it took like a lot of money in order to build these tools, like probably like billions of dollars. They could literally check the entire evolution process of your entire brain savant. I know this for a fact because on January 20th, 2026, they checked the part of my brain savant, like how it was when I was like early childhood, 9 years old. They kept arguing about it. Before I went to Russia, I told them exactly how it started off. I was like, hey, look, when I was early childhood, the way it started off was I used to stare at the History Channel logo all day from morning till night, and then later on, it just evolved on its own, and that was my natural habitat, being an autistic person. They were just like, beautiful lie, nice story, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So obviously they're jealous. So, they're like, they don't want to hear stories like this. They had their own theories, by the way. Their theory was he meditated, and that's how he got autistic brain savant. It's just like, come on, man, like you come up with better stuff than that. And yeah, so basically January 20th 2026, they basically tested out the early brain savant of mine and how it was before it started to evolve, because they obviously have a brain scanner and very advanced piece of machinery with artificial intelligence to try to check. They don't check. June 24th, they didn't check. They didn't analyze it. They didn't overanalyze it till they were absolutely desperate, and they thought, man, we're getting the police call on us every day by these girls. We might as well overanalyze the brain savant for Hassan and see what it's really like for him. Like, maybe we could find flaws in it. Find flaws in someone with a brain savant. Like, come on, man. Like, read a book for once. Just Google it. Brain savant. Google it. It'll tell you. It's superhuman powers. You're not going to find, like, artificial intelligence telling you, oh, no, wait, he's subhuman when it comes to instantaneous photographic memory. Like, no. Like, it's a brain savant, and it's, like, the most rare in the world because it increases in power over time. But, yeah. So, basically, autistic people have this natural habitat as a child. Thankfully, they have the tools. They have very advanced tools to actually be able to check, like, how it started off in early childhood when I was, like, about 9 years old. So, yeah, first of all, if you were autistic, you wouldn't be dying to go socialize with these people in the first place. Like, I can guarantee you that much. Like, autistic people have, like, their own natural habitat that starts off from early childhood. What developed for me was the textbook. So for 4 years, from October 2019 till July 1st, 2023, all I did from morning till night was stare into a textbook. And, like, right now, they treating me like I'm, like, John Bon Jovi or something, They're just like, you want to go sleep with this girl? You want to go sleep with this girl? Are you going to go sleep with this? Like, who do I look like to you? Do I look like John Bon Jovi to you? Like, what the heck, man? Like, no, I'm not gonna go sleep with anyone. Like, seriously, these girls, first of all, just use your common sense. They're not like, oh my God, I'm so sexually frustrated. Why don't you come and sleep with me? They're saying, we're looking for a husband who could provide for us. When your brain savant gets freed, do you think you could be that person? Even if they slept with me right now, that would be like it would be like me going over to a restaurant and eating the food and then just running out the door in the end. Like, I don't need to do that, man. Like, when my brain savant gets freed, like, I will just be like, just chill. Everyone just chill right now. When my brain savant gets freed, we'll see it then. Like, what's the rush? You know, it's that sort of thing. But these people, like, every single day, it's like so weird, embarrassing. Like, and they weren't with the brain savant. Like, it's the really funny thing is they kept arguing about it, and they had the ability to overanalyze June 24th. Like, it's like, what are you, like, stupid or something? Like, you don't, like, obviously you don't want to look at reality in the eye. That's exactly why you're not doing it. So basically they could look at June 24th, overanalyze it the entire time, and they had the artificial intelligence machinery to do that. It didn't cost them a single penny. The only problem was if the results came out in my favor, saying that I do have a brain savant and extremely powerful, then now it's going to be an even bigger problem for them. And the girls that are calling the police on them, they're going to have an even bigger problem with them, even more than. So yeah, they gambled on it due to the fact that they were getting rejected by the girls anyways, and they thought, man, it can't get any worse for us. Well, guess what? It just did. These people are like half retarded. I'm not even gonna lie. But first of all, it's just wrong. You know, they had the ability, they had the machinery to test it out in the first place, and they purposely didn't do it. And they kept arguing about it. They're like, no, the brain savant doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It won't exist. It can't exist. It's not possible. It's not there. And they're just like beating their heads on the wall, like it does not exist. And it's just like, it's just like, you know, it's really weird. And artificial intelligence is just like sitting there like, hey man, I'm like right over here. You wanna give me that brain savant test? You wanna give it to me? And they're like, no, we're just gonna argue about it on our own. We'll solve it on ourselves. We don't need you. Thank you very much. And artificial intelligence is like, all right, well, I was right here in case you need help. And in the end, they kind of gamble on the fact that we're losing anyways, and it can only it can only get better for us in case his brain savant maybe the artificial intelligence is going to be like, no, the initial report was just fine, or it's going to be like, or it's going to say that it's decreasing, and it's probably not going to say that it's increasing. Obviously not. So they're just like, all right, fine, let's give it to artificial intelligence. They give it to artificial intelligence. These people are like retarded or something, man. Like, just Google it. Just Google it. And artificial intelligence obviously told them, the guy's a brain savant. His powers are 1,000 times better than normal humans, and it's extremely rare because his powers increase over time as well. The thing about them is, whenever they get results, they have to tell everyone about it. So if I'm in Moscow, Russia on November 14th, when I go to Sberbank November 15th, literally the next day in the afternoon, everyone's staring at me in that bank like an alien creature just walked in. Everyone is just like staring at me, and like there's like people are coming over and like looking at me like, what is this thing that just walked in? Well, anyways, fully functioning member of society who's also autistic. That's what this thing is. Well, anyways, they have to tell the results to everyone. So now they're screwed because artificial intelligence told the truth, something that they did not want to know about. And they're already getting rejected and having the police called on them by these girls. And now it sucks really bad for them because now they have to tell everyone the results, which, by the way, they could have done in the first place. They could have overanalyzed it in the first place, which they never did on purpose because they didn't want to look at reality in the eye. It's so obvious. But the thing about it is, then don't argue about it. You know, it's just like, you know, it's just insanity. Like if I take like a box of brownies, lock it up, and then I keep yelling and screaming that the brownies are salty when in fact they're sweet. You know, is yelling and screaming going to change it from being salty to sweet? No, obviously not. Like, people are just gonna be like, are you insane or something? Like, why don't you just open up and like take a taste, man? Like, it's not that hard, and they're just gonna be like, no one's opening the box of brownies. They're salty. Okay, no one's eating them, and it's insanity. These people are crazy. So basically, at the end of the day, they have to give the brain savant test to artificial intelligence if they want to know what the reality is. You want to know what the truth is, you got to give the brain savant test to artificial intelligence. So they did, and artificial intelligence basically told them straight out that this guy is Kim Peek Rain Man. He does have instantaneous photographic memory, and then on top of that, his powers increase over time as well, along with innovation and focusing, which literally proves my point that I was telling the truth all along, that I can do more than 1,000 pages of something extremely dry like Arnball's medicinal chemistry in one day, and do like more than 30,000 pages in a month, which is 30 days. And with innovation being a superpower too, that increases over time. Yeah, I'll be able to get done something like 5-hour energy drink that Manoj Bhargava got done in a lifetime. I could get that done in 30 days. And if you don't want to argue about that, just do a 30-minute test. In 30 minutes, you'll find out if I'm telling the truth or not. It's nothing to be arguing about. You know, it's like they were arguing about June 24th brain savant test. Like, why are you arguing about this? Just give the results to artificial intelligence. It'll tell you what reality is, what the truth is. Yeah. So, like, right now, it's just like, Junaid found out about these girls that were coming after me, and he, for marriage, by the way, either marriage or, like, as a joke that we're gonna sleep with you or something like that. That's just a joke, by the way. Like, they know, like, anyone can ask anyone from my high school. Like, go ask Natalia, she'll tell you. She'll just be like, he's not that guy. Trust me, he's not that guy. You know, it's that kind of thing. But yeah, so it's just kind of like, you know, and Junaid was enviously running after these girls, like, are you going to sleep with me? 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 And the girls were just like, no, leave me the heck alone. Stop harassing me, you pervert. So the girls ended up calling the police on him, and threatening to call the police on, basically he gets threatened to call the police on him every single day. Okay. And, yeah, like right now I could open up the blinds for you and show it to you. Like you tell yourself, like, these people are extremely humiliated. Like, if I went to Aldi's this morning, it's pretty clear. He's been threatened to have the police call on him again today. So yeah, definitely not autistic. Trust me on that. He's not autistic. I can guarantee you that much. Okay. Yeah. Suddenly he's autistic, wears glasses all day long, even though I only wear it when I'm watching TV or driving. He wears a black sweater instead of the blue one that I wear. He lacks social skills, but lacking social skills doesn't mean you can't talk to people. You can still talk to people. It's just that you're just going to be a little awkward when you go outside, like socially awkward. Like, you'll get a little overexcited over little things, because of which you'll be scared that you're embarrassing yourself in public. That's all it means. What he ended up doing was he started ignoring people that he knew from before, due to which the people that he would ignore would get angry. Like, why are you ignoring us? Why did you just suddenly start, like, ignoring us? And he would just be like, hey man, I don't, and then he would change his voice and talk. I'm not really social, you know. I was just talking to you because I had to, but I'm not really social. Like, and like the people would be like, you've been talking to us every single day for like the past few years. What is wrong with you? Like, just wakes up one day and he's like, I don't want to socialize. That's not what lacking social skills means. Lacking social skills does not mean you can't talk to people. It just means that when you're going to be out in public, like, let's say if I go to like a Black Lives Matter protest, which I obviously wouldn't go, if I see that they have a lot of people for them, I would feel really happy for them on the inside. And that happiness is going to show outside a little bit too much, due to which it's just going to look a little socially awkward. That's just all it means to it. It doesn't mean that I can't talk to people or anything like that. You know, like, yeah, like, it doesn't have to be. Like, if you want to, like, copy it right, you know. They write books on this stuff. You don't have to make a fool of yourself. And like all those people that he would just suddenly stop talking to were just like, hey man, like you talk to us every single day. What the heck just happened? Like one day he just wakes up, he's like, I don't think I'm social anymore. Even though in the year 2024, he was calling up people and telling them that that he was really social and that I lack social skills and this and that. Well, I do lack social skills, but countries started feeling so bad for me for him doing this that, like, I remember Russia started putting up on my YouTube a video that said something like, "I just wanted to let you know that all of Russia is your friend," which I thought was so sweet. Anyways, yeah, so like right now Junaid has just been threatening me, like all day night long. He just begs me like, can you help me scam these girls? And then I say no, and then a little while later you get threats. So this is from July 17th. Today's July 22nd, so this is only 5 days ago. Okay, let me show it to you. July 17th, 7:12 a.m. It's in the morning. It's T-Mobile. It's the commercial where the two guys are working together. Okay, it just, and then obviously I said no. So a little while later that same morning, 7:33 a.m., same day. Okay, it is Safelite trying to say that if you don't do it, then we're gonna break your windshield. Like, and then this is the girl that they want me to go and scam. Let me show you this girl right here. This is supposed to represent the girl that they want scammed. And obviously, a little while later, Junaid uses Saravi, so just letting me know that he's the person asking. Yeah. This is just a couple days ago. So, again, this morning, July 22nd, same thing happened again. Yeah, he gets his, he used to get his pet food from this pet store. Okay, he used to get it from this pet store for his cats. And then the ad, this ad right here for Chevrolet, it basically says, it says, "Together, let's drive." As in to say that I go scam these girls and then spread them around. Like, what do I look like to you? Like, seriously. But, yeah. And then this is from yesterday. 6 p.m., July 21st, Jiffy Lube, we're going to take oil out of your car if you don't help us. Basically, obviously, it's Junaid. He pretends to be something else, and then he acts like something else. Like, he would just be like, I'm autistic. Not only is this guy autistic, like, also, like, he lacks social skills. All those things are aside. But recently, with him lacking those social skills, his voice also changed. So now he talks like, "Hey, yeah, absolutely, I'll go get that for you." Like, it's just kind of like, it's a little too cute, man. Like, seriously, like, what is wrong with this guy? But seriously, a little too much sexually frustrated to be autistic in the first place, ask me. And autistic people literally have, like, their own natural habitat. They don't do these kinds of things where they're, like, going begging a woman their mother's age told her son, who's only 2 years younger than me, has to call the police on him around May 25th, 2026, like, harassing people's houses and stuff. Autistic people would be offended if they found out about this. Imagine someone like Kim Peek or Daniel Tammet like going over and like being like, "Hey, are you gonna sleep with me or not?" Like, that sort of thing. Like, you're just like, it's not like something like autistic people usually are like have their own natural habitats and stuff. Like, they don't do these kinds of things where they go and harass other people like this. It's just not something we do. That's just putting a bad name for us. Like, seriously, if you want to go pretend something else. Like, I know there's a movie that's out. It's called DTF, where they're like all these guys like represent Junaid and Ibrahim and like these people in law enforcement, and they're like really horny, and that this is literally the kind of people that they are. If you want to copy someone, like, copy them and just act like that, instead of like autistic people. Like, leave my kind alone. We're not like that. We're not into these things in the first place. Yeah, autistic people tend to have their own natural habitats that usually evolves around early childhood, or around like the age of 9 or so, and then it evolves over time. I also had a brain savant that I did not know of, and it just kind of evolved over time, giving me superhuman powers later on that I found out in life. Till my superhuman powers came out, literally all law enforcement did was run sex schemes and money fraud. Government had to force them to stop the money fraud only 2 months ago. So it's very obvious and apparent that the only thing that they're obsessed about for me is my brain savant, due to which they would either threaten me to break my car. First, they would be like, "Can you go sleep with this girl and like send her to us?" Like, no, I'm not doing that. And then they would just be like, "All right, well then we're gonna break your car." Do whatever you want. I'm not doing this. It's just wrong, and it's just weird. The girls are not asking for this, and that's just not how it works. Like after my brain savant gets freed, and like a couple of months later, I might see someone like at the mall or something when I have my stuff done, and they might just say hi. That's all there is to it. You don't just go and start sleeping with random people like that. It's just kind of weird. And like, come on. Yeah, like what do I look like to you? But yeah, so basically, yeah, and so they're just begging me. They beg me, and then after begging me, they threaten me. These people are definitely not autistic. I'll guarantee you that much right now. I know this for a fact. Yeah. So before this, excuse me, Jeanette also said some lies to these girls. Like he would tell them that he was like the CEO, and then I would just be like, no, that's not true. He works the same job as my sister. He's never been the CEO or anything like that. And he works the same job as my sister, gets paid the exact same amount. And and he almost gets an early retirement every single year. And this year he's supposed to be getting one. And literally that's what it is. And he loses his job every year. He never gets along at his workplace. And yeah, and so there's no like CEO thing going on. And so not only would he make up this lie, like he would add lies upon lies. Like he would just be like he would get law enforcement to go tell the girls like, Ehsan found out that he is the CEO and Ehsan is really jealous. And then Junaid would be like, I wasn't going to tell him, but now that he knows, I guess I'll have to. Like, first of all, this entire story is false to begin with, okay? Never been the CEO, worked the same job as my sister, get paid the exact same amount. And second of all, why would I be jealous over something that doesn't exist? It's like I would tell someone, be like, that person, my neighbor, he's jealous because he knows I'm going to the moon, and he's really, really jealous because he's not going to the moon and he doesn't have a spaceship to go, and he's really, really jealous. And like the other person might be like, oh wow, you're going to the moon, that's so cool and everything. Like a week later someone comes over, like, first of all, he doesn't own a spaceship, and two, he's not going to the moon. That entire story was fully made up. Like, come on, man. Like, what the heck? Like saying, and he would go tell the girls, he'd be like, and he would get law enforcement to go lie to the girls and be like, Ehsan found out that Junaid's the CEO and Ehsan's really jealous. And I would just be like, but he's not the CEO. But he's not even the CEO. He's never been one. And like all these lies. And then Junaid would be like, I wasn't going to tell him, but now that he knows, I guess I'll have to. And then I would just be like, what the heck? Like the entire thing is made up and you're making up lies and like stories upon stories, like stories inside stories. Like, you know how they have like the Russian doll where you inside the doll, there's another doll. Like, it's like that. Like these people like are a bunch of douchebags. I don't know how else to say it. Like, seriously. And then, so, like, in the end, someone would just go tell the girl, like, he's not the CEO. He's just making up stories. And then when he finds out that the girl found out, he tells her everything. I work the same job as my sister does, get paid the exact same amount. I lose my job every year. I don't get along with people at my workplace. I'm probably going to be getting an early retirement this year, blah, 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 every single thing, just so that he could, like, the girl wouldn't stop sleeping with him, and so that he could tell her his entire life story before the other person does, who already told her that he's not the CEO. Like, seriously. And then now he's trying to blame me while trying to get an early retirement this year. He's blaming me that the girls are not sleeping. Like, you're getting an early retirement this year because you can't ever keep a job and any year out there. You're married with 2 kids. Like, I'm not the reason for your problems. Like try to figure it out yourself, you know? And he would advertise for me to go scam the girls. And then after I would refuse, he'd just be like, Safe Light Repair. Like we're gonna break your windshield, or we're gonna take oil out of your car, or something like that. Like, just like who do I look like? Like John Bon Jovi or something, you know? Like, You want me to go start sleeping with all these random girls and just like pass them around? How stupid do you think these girls are? They're not gonna be scammed that easily. Begin with, first of all, and second of all, I'm not doing this because it's not my thing. You know, it's just not my thing. So let me read out this journal to you real quick. So it says, today is July 22nd, 2026, and the entire last week, Jeanette has been having the police being threatened on him by every girl and woman that was running after almost that he was running after almost each and every single day in the last week. By the way, these girls he never knew, any of these people. Like, it was like people like my elementary school teacher and the people of that sort of nature. People that just wanted to know about my brain savant. Like, son, what is this? Like, obviously they would only know about it like after my brain savant would get freed. Like, that's all there was to it. They're just like, when your brain savant gets freed, test it out for a month and just come meet me first. That's all there was to it. Like, anything that I would do with my students, whether they're female or male, is exactly what my school teachers did with me. Like, can you please come, like, and tell me about it first? Like, autistic brain savant. There have been some in the world, but none whose powers increase over time, which has been proven through artificial intelligence report and by the fact that I know that my powers increase, and that's what artificial intelligence is saying about my powers, without anyone telling me that artificial intelligence is saying this about my powers, which means that either I have to be psychic to know what the report says without anyone telling me about it, or that I'm telling the truth. But literally no autistic brain savant out there right now whose powers increase over time. And the artificial intelligence reports from August 9, 2022, well, that was the first one. Mid-May 2023 will prove it. April 22nd, 2025 will prove it. The few weeks before April 22nd, 2025, when they tested out innovation, that should prove it. Yeah. So like June 5th, 2025, when they tested out, like, we accidentally tested out the effect of energy drinks on my brain savant, that should prove it. June 5th, 2025, on that morning when they turned on, well, that was only for 3 seconds to check to see if it's a brain savant or someone with a lot of muscle memory. The two different things. I don't think that would prove it, because if they knew it on June 5th, they would have been freaking out then. They weren't freaking out till November 14th. So November 14, 2025, that should prove it. That definitely, they found out then that my powers increased over time. Then May 10th, 2026, this year, that should prove it. And June 24th, 2026, last month, that should prove it. So yeah, yeah, so basically, yep. And so, where was I? Give me 1 second, okay?